Greetings, my excellent friends. Funny story, Guanbush, that wasn't supposed to be silent, but the fact that you pointed that out meant I fixed the audio devices not being attached to OBS before I started talking, so that's good. As usual, Windows updated last night. And as it does 50% of the time, it makes OBS forget that audio devices are attached to it for some reason. It's happened dozens of times by now, but because it doesn't happen all the time, I never think to check for it. You were supposed to be listening to this. Which is from Dynasty Warriors 4, because that's on my mind at the minute. But I figured I may as well just start, considering it's broken and we've already lost enough time. So today will be a lot less interesting on account of the fact that we're out of base game's story. But the way the Remind DLC works, I believe, is it's a separate module. And I think you load it up and then pick a save file to bring into it. So I don't really want to touch it until I've done everything I can do in the base game and gotten Sora at level 99 and basically gotten Sora ready for the tough battles that await in Remind, which I have never done legitimately. Well, I did the story, the Remind story, which is sensible. But when I got to the bonus episodes with the data fights for 3 and all of that, at that point I'd been playing Kingdom Hearts for 2 months straight. I was looking forward to doing something else. So given the opportunity to have an in-game God mode, I took it. So this will be an interesting first time for me once we get to that, probably late next week or so. I don't know how long it'll take to get through up to that. Certainly, I think today and at least one more stream will be spent doing the grindy stuff, especially since we only have 2 hours today. But my main goal today is getting the battle gates done, or at least maybe all but the last one. I don't know whether I need to grind to 99 for the boss in the last one. Maybe I can just smash it out. Get the battle gates done. Then the next thing I'd be thinking of is doing synthesis, with a goal of finishing out Jiminy's journal. Getting to level 99 is something else I'd like to do, but you do that as late as possible because we might hit 99 just doing battle gates and synthesis. And I also need to finish that last Gummy mission, which I'll probably throw in. Maybe I might even do that first. Boss around level 70? Yeah, well, by the end of the battle gates, we'll see what level we're at. But yes, I'm starting late because I got distracted by finally confirmation as to what the story DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins will be about and what price it will be, which was my main point of anxiety. I'm not happy with the price. I am happy with the DLC's focus. The price is about half of what the base game cost, which I do think is too much. But then again, do I think it's too much? I'm back and forth. I wish it was cheaper because I don't like spending that much money on things. But it's hopefully of a scope to compare to the old... Because Dynasty Warriors was a series that did expansions back when nobody did expansions except for PC games. And Dynasty Warriors, yeah, PC RTSs like Warcraft and Age of Empires and shit would have expansions, sure. But console games did not have expansions in the 2000s. Back when they didn't have downloads. It was unheard of. And the way that Dynasty Warriors did expansions is they would release a game with the same name as its original, but with Extreme Legends attached. And the way it would work is this. Both copies would have the fundamental structure of the games, with the Extreme Legends one adding new characters sometimes, new stages, new stuff. Both of them functioned standalone, but the primary content from the original game wasn't playable in Extreme Legends. So take, for example, Samurai Warriors 1. The Extreme Legends main feature was there's 4 new characters, 4 new story modes. So if you just had Extreme Legends, you just had those 4 story modes. All the other characters were in the game, but you couldn't play any of their stages. However, each and every one of them had this really slow and annoying system whereby you would put the Extreme Legends disc in, and then there'd be an import option, which would prompt you to put the original disc in, and then swap it for the Extreme Legends disc again. And when you finished that, you had the full, complete experience. The problem was, it took about a minute to do, or a minute and a half, and you had to do it every time you launched. Wasn't a one-time check to make sure you were an owner of the original. No, it was literally loading the data from the original disc onto your PS2 so that it could work.
Oh boy, let's go!
And it took emulators years to be able to do that properly, or at least it took the main emulator years to be able to do that properly. I used to have to make these Frankenstein merged disc files that combined both games into one, and then you would pretend to swap discs in order to make it work. But you still had to do that process every time. It was messy. But yeah, back then they cost about as much as the base games did because they were both physical discs on shelves. And you didn't complain about it back then because PlayStation games are PlayStation game. But now I'm so used to DLC being cheaper extras that... Yeah. Anyway, we have one other Battlegate in Olympus, so I should not leave. I should do Battlegate 2 here, in the apex of the realm of the gods.
Come on, fellas!
We go past the Zeus, and here it is. Also, we have our Ultima weapon now. Ultimate form also has a block and dodge.
It's over! Back at you!
Just I need to get it. Not that I can see me right now. There we are. Oh yeah, it's not the traditional barrier-looking thing, but it's like a ring of Keyblade shield.
Yeah! Go! Yeah! Yeah! So long! Yeah! Go there! So long! Yeah! Flare! So long!
Okay, that's one of them done.
Here we go!
How these aren't bosses, I don't know.
Yeah! It's over! Sora, over here! Hop on!
Not what I wanted, damn it.
Yes! Go! Yes!
It is hitting them hard. It's just it's a very
yeah,
slow
that's
feeling attack.
Yeah! Go!
Anyway, bye-bye, my guy. The way that health bar was melting. We got the Cosmic Belt plus an incredible boost in defense and a slight boost in all resistances. And the second secret report. Again, we're going to stay strong and ignore those until we've collected them all. But we're done with Olympus, so what I might do, hopefully it doesn't take too long, is there any sort of... Here's a good... I guess the answer is literally any of them. Because of how quickly the Golden Highwind mops on. But I do unfortunately need to kill about 4,000 Heartless. I don't want to slow down to go Googling. So if there's any information out there about efficiency as far as which mission in which gummy ship area to do. That would help. Like here, that was just 100, but it was also done in 30 seconds. Oh, I can actually hit the play again button. I didn't even notice that. I'm not going to do it because it was just 100, and I reckon there's better ones to spin. Well, now that I've noticed that, I should just do that once I find a good one. On one hand, this is more than 100, but on the other hand, if you consider it in terms of a number per time, that one was 130 seconds. This is 100 and... Oh, no, it's counting down. No, this is better. This is better. I think this is a minute and a half, so if I can get 300, that means it's on par. If I go over that, it means it's better. I think it's better. Depends on if I get another big group right at the end here. Oh yeah. It's a shame that this exists. Like, they really should have just had it go up to 5,000, because then the gummy ship would have, like, quite smoothly finished itself. So that's countdown 8. Let's look for speed skirmish 8. Which one is that? That is number 11. Where is number 11? Number 11 is North westish. Presuming we're looking at it from here. It's not right on Monstropolis, but it is a little ways this way. I think it's going to be this one. Is Speed Skirmish 8 a 3-star? Yes. I think it's going to be this one. What the fuck? Yeah, that one is a 300 goal fast as you can. $44.82, 300 out of 300. That is correct. Here's the problem. How many times do we have to do it? I think we were at about 5,500. So 4 would get us... This is the second. 4 would get us to 6, 7. Calm down, kids. 8 would get us... 7, 9. 12 would get us to 9-1. So I think we need to around about 15 times, and this is the second. Which, hey, is a lot fewer times than Hollow Bastion, Radiant Garden room repeats with Mega Flares. That sure was a day. We won't get to level 99 off of this. We won't, but I don't think we need to. I don't think there's anything tying us to wanting that done. Except for, like... min-max hyper-completion personal satisfaction stuff, which I try not to do too much of on stream. Where it's a detriment to sensible spending of time, at least. This is number 4? I think. Problem is, once I stop hitting play again, I'll have to reset the area to get back into the fight. That's why I'd rather count to 15 and then stop, and then be reasonably certain that I'm finished. Yeah, counting the setup and load time, I'd say it's about a minute per, so 15 minutes to get through. We're on number 5 now. Doesn't have any loading screen time, my god. I guess the gummy assets aren't complicated. Number 7. Eight. This is the halfway mark. Odd number of run-throughs, so this is the one in the middle, 7 on either side. We are less than halfway done before we do it. We are more than halfway done when we're past it. It's not giving me no EXP, it's just not giving me enough. You could get to 99 off of this, it's just probably not the fastest way to 99. It is the fastest way to up your Heartless number. So I guess if a person was aiming to both max their gummy level and get 9,999 Heartless, this may be a mathematically best of both worlds option, but thankfully we just need the ranks. Number 10, I think? And level 92. That's halfway to 99. If you don't know that joke, I am not currently a RuneScape player, but the way that they calculate experience levels, or experience totals, level 92 is literally numerically halfway to 99. Number 11. Twelve, I think. Nearly there. Three. Ah. Two more times. Possibly slightly overkill, but I'd rather that than underkill, also known as leaving the fucker alive. One more time. There we go. We do not press play again. Wouldn't it be really funny if every time you hit play again, it reset it? And treated it like a retry and didn't add the heartless kills to your thing? I think that'd be funny. Congratulations, you've completed every gummy mission. Heartless Obliterator. Now, is that somebody who obliterates Heartless, or somebody who obliterates things in a heartless manner? But there we go, Gummy Ship Completionist. I am now a Gummy Ship charity fraudster, I guess. That will either make sense or won't make sense, depending on your level of terminally online. We get the Crown G Gummy. It's really not that exciting. It's just a tick. The fact that the XP kept going up, that's correct. Yes, well done. I imagine if it had have not gone up, you'd have been like, hey! Check that! Yeah, that's all. I need to go now to Twilight Town, I think, for the next battle gate along the line. Is it? It is. There's only one here in Twilight Town. It is in the Old Mansion. Just outside the Old Mansion's walls. It's also got a new enemy. Well, a familiar one. What enemies? So this one's full of nobodies. We've met Dusks, the basics. We've met Snipers, which are the Xigbars. We've met Reapers, which are the Marluxias. We've met Ninjas, which are the Larxenes. And we've met Gamblers, which are the Luxords. Of those, Dusk, Sniper, and Gambler are from 2. Reaper and Ninja are from 3, but that's not every nobody in this game's counterpart. I don't know if Vexen and Demyx get theirs, but... Although this would be a good place for Vexens to show up, considering this is where his data battle is, and he doesn't get a new data battle, so...
There!
This is the Vexen spot.
Take this!
Anyway, goodbye.
Yeah! Yeah! So long! Yeah! Go! Yeah!
But nope, it is the Sorcerer.
Go!
Xemnas,
Yeah!
I believe.
There! It's over!
Also Syx, you could have had the Berserker. And that's true, this is where Xemnas showed up in the for the first time in 3, you're right. Radiant Garden is where he first showed up in Truth, but
Got him.
we don't have that here. Outside of cutscenes.
It's over. Yeah.
And this is basically a mini-boss. It's not got as many health bars as the big boys from Battlegate 2, but he's strong and his little cubes
Try
hurt
this.
quite a bit. You see we're in critical.
Thanks. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Got him. Yeah.
At least we
Back
were.
at ya. Yeah.
Ronald must have healed us.
Yeah.
We get an evanescent crystal. A miraculous crystal formed of disembodied thoughts, a synthesis material. And the third secret report. That's it for Twilight Town. Next stop, we play with our toys. Want to go to Kid Corral? Or at least to the vents in Kid Corral?
Come on, fellows!
This one isn't particularly interesting, if I am honest. It's a 1 star. But we are in the boss arena, so that's cool.
Back off. Back off. Take this. Back off. Yeah. 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 Here we go.
That made it look for a second like Buzz was a part
Go.
of the proceedings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough!
Take this.
Good time.
Go. Yeah. 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 Heal.
Not today!
Well, what if I want to heal today, Buzz?
Round him up!
Yeah. Take this.
Not today!
Yeah. There.
Not today!
So long.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Not today!
Sorry, the battle got away from you all and you can't move.
Good timing.
My shield's ready.
Yeah, let's just huck a goofy at him.
Go get him.
That did it. Megalixir. And Secret Report 4.
Oh boy, let's go!
This other one in the toy box is a, Gigas themed one, I think. Rough ahead and you're miles from your nice warm bed. You just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you've got a friend in me.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
let's
you've
go!
got a friend in me. Quite an apt song for Sora. Well, not anymore. But at the time we were here before, yeah.
Got him! Back off! Back off! Back off! Thunder! Try this!
Give up.
Back off! That was close. Go! Yeah! Back off! Yeah! Yeah! Back at you! Go!
Not today.
See ya! Got him!
Not today.
Yeah! Yeah! Back at you! Go!
Yeah, it probably
There.
is.
It's over!
Well, there's Splash Run.
Light!
So I haven't looked up how to do it right.
Time!
Five kills. Okay, yeah, so you do it with the one hit KO. We will probably go on an easy code merit trip. Right now, my goal is to do these legitimately.
Here we go!
My companions are getting fucked up.
Yeah! Back at you! Go! Go! Back! There! So long! Heal! Take this!
I think the Gigas
There!
are stronger than your companions because you're supposed to get into Gigas.
Not today.
But you didn't reckon with how much I hate the fucking Gigas, Nomura.
Go!
Not today.
Yeah!
Thunder Cufflink and Secret Report number 5. Also, the palm of your hand selfie pose.
Oh boy, let's go! You want a picture of me?
Make sure you get my good side.
Yeah!
Anyway. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. That's it for the toy box. 5 battle gates done. I think that battle gate is the one for Lucid Gems or whatever it was. Pulsing. Pulsing. It's pulsing. But we don't need that now. Wildflower clearing and head west to where you initially fought the Chaos Carriage. And in fact, this is a boss-ish battlegate. We go fight the Chaos Carriage indeed.
Yeah!
And here we have the Rapunzel problem, because, yeah, she's not here anymore. We just have Flynn now. There is a video of the Dada Luxord fight that uses the selfie poses. Like, strategically or to flex?
Yeah, back at you. Yeah, got him. Yeah. Try this. Back off. Back off. Back off. Thunder. There. It's over.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Take this. It's over!
Flynn, why are you in the ass kick pose?
Yeah, back at you! Got him! Yeah! Back off! Heal! My shield ready! Go get him! Oh! Here we go! Yeah! Yeah! Go! Yeah! Back at you!
Yeah, Luke Sword has really has quiet moments.
So long! Go get him!
So it's a lot more doable.
Yeah! There!
More time for silliness.
So long! Yeah! It's over! There!
How about the Heartless are just constantly
Go!
camera blocking Sora's cool pose when I go to Ultimate 4? It's like, nah, you look at me now. We get an illusory crystal. Synthesis material. Do you have to farm the battle gates for these? Are they multi-use? Or do you just need one? Thought that was an ingredient. Click, but it wasn't. Well. There's enough from the guaranteed drops that you can get everything you need. I see. So long as you do all of the things. Wrong way. Where is the... Oh. Teach me to go too high. Now we want the tower save point. Head north through the cave to the hills and then northeast to a clearing. This one is honestly not too interesting. Sorry, Flan, not today.
Back off! Back off! Strike!
What the fuck? I wanted to use thunder!
Faster! Come on! Take this! My shield ready! Yeah! Try this! Yeah! Go! Back off!
Feel like a goofy at
Go
him.
get him! Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Go! Take this! Yeah! Clear! Thank you!
Get out of
It's
here,
over.
pretty heartless lady.
Yeah! Yeah!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes.
Here we go!
Time for some what?
Yeah!
I have got to get me.
Secret Report 7. Battlegate 8 is in Monstropolis. Only Battlegate in Monstropolis. They got robbed. Olympus had 1 party member, 2 Battlegates. Kingdom of Coronavirus, 1 party member, 2 Battlegates. Monstropolis, 2 party members, 1 Battlegate. What is this? The real answer, I think, is because it's the unversed's fault. But there's no unversed in Battlegate 8, actually. In fact, Battlegate 8 is the one where we need to take a photo. So that's strange. Or is there another Monstropolis one? It's just later. Nah. Nah, the worlds are all in order. That's odd. No unversed focused Battlegate at all. Well, anyway, we're headed to the tank yard. Grind the broken rail and get inside the tank.
You know, we have you guys to thank for saving the company. Couldn't ask for better friends.
No wuckers, mate. Love
Back
being a
off!
hero of capitalism.
Back off! Back off! Thunder! Yeah.
And here we have the Demon Tower. Sora out of the way. There we go.
Take this!
My
shield ready! Back off!
Oh, Jesus. Well, that was Battlegate 8. Hope you didn't blink. It's only one Battlegate in Arendelle.
You know, we have you guys to thank for saving the company. Couldn't ask for better friends.
No, you said that before, bitch. I don't need to hear it twice. Suppose I should go this way for the save. Through the grotty fucking tunnel.
Yeah.
Where's the save? There it is. We're going to the Labyrinth of Ice, which is interesting because the Labyrinth of Ice, we'll see if you notice what happens in the Labyrinth of Ice. I'm going to start by teleporting to the mountain ridge for a hint. So, here we all are at the mountain ridge with all of our friends. Got these two new crystals. And now, if we go into the Labyrinth of Ice,
Yeah.
something missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There, step up the cliffs in the room to the north, and then north again through the doorway. If you try to head south when you reach the middle tier, you will change the layout automatically and have to leave the labyrinth entirely to reset it. That sounds real bad. Let's not do that. But is there even a north?
Yeah.
I see an east. Oh, there is a door there. It's just not on the map. Alright. Oh, and there it is. Good. Battlegate 9! Once again, we have nobodies. Also, Marshmallow is here now. So that's nice.
Yeah. Back off.
I guess somebody sent a pigeon for him.
Yeah. Strike. Yeah. Back at you. Yeah.
Reapers at the minute.
See ya. Try this. My shield's ready. Yeah. 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 It's over. Go. So long.
Got a wave of snipers and ninjas.
Yeah, see ya. Go. Yeah, got him. Yeah. And back at you. There. It's over.
And here we have the big boys. For the first time in Kingdom Hearts 3, we have Berserker.
Yeah. So long. Yeah, got him. Yeah. And back at you.
He will hit us like a truck.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, back off. Yeah. Flare.
But that's fine, because we got rockets! Another Evanescence Crystal and Secret Report 9. Battlegate 10, the only one in the Caribbean. In the Huddled Isles. First, we need to figure out how to get out of the labyrinth. Sadly, we cannot dance magic dance our way out. We need to find a save point. The levels are flying up. Almost level 60 just off of these. Quick clears. I suppose the question is, when we get to Battlegate 15, because we won't be level 70. We'll be level 60, maybe 61 or 62. Whether we can just rock in and kill that guy.
And of course, Captain Sora.
Because he is a joke super boss, but that is like joke within reason of, hey, you level up. I think the fun thing to do is try. Anyway, airstep to your ship and sail east a bit. Okay.
Okay, we're off.
Until you reach the cave where you originally found your ship, head in to find the battle gate. Oh, so it's still here. It's just we can.
Grips, here, located, found.
Skip a step. There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you truly think this wise?
Back off! Back off!
Also the Heartless, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. Thunder light.
No, not the vampire chick.
Go. Yes. 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 Go. 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 Yes. Yes. Go. 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 Full power. There. Yeah. Back off. Yeah. Go. Yeah. 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 Go. See ya. Yeah. Yeah, there. It's over.
Rockets!
Yeah! Back off! Yeah!
That large body. He went into orbit.
Try this!
Like, what am I doing so far up?
Go! Yeah! It's over! Yeah! Yeah! Back off!
Water cufflink. Secret report 10. And the yoink selfie pose.
Let's see.
Shall we demonstrate a yoink?
What's all this about?
That's a yoink. I don't actually see any reason to sail the ship.
Grips, here, located, found.
That's what you said before. That's not something you tell people about, Jack. Well, you're supposed to tell people you've slept with. And anybody that you might be about to. Although, you shouldn't. You're doing that. North District. Doesn't matter if it's day or night. It's both day then, so that we don't have to deal with spawns. Grind the rails directly above the save point all the way to the western terminus of the map. Looks like it might be that one.
That's the edge of the city. Don't go any farther?
Don't tell me what to do. You aren't no hero. You're just a dude on a laptop back at home. What was that kid's name again? Ah, we're on the bridge.
Back off! Back off! Back off! Strike! Yeah! Got him! Yeah! Back at you! There! Go! Yeah! See ya! Yeah! Yeah! So long! My shield's ready!
Oh, of course you found your armor.
Yeah! Yeah!
Ultimate Weapon's a bit of an armor shredder,
Back
though.
off. There!
Fuck with that.
So long!
Bang. There is a second one in San Francisco, which is a shame because they should have put a second one in Monstropolis instead because we have more party members there. But Secret Report 11. Building south and slightly west of the North District save point. Circular buildings on the map.
Let's go!
Not knowing
I
exactly.
bet we'll find some
Is-
ingredients around here.
Let's just go skyscraper hopping. Yanksies. It's been swapped to nighttime.
Target. Oh
Coming out of the battle gate has moved us into the night map.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's up here.
Try this.
It's up here.
Take this.
Bye bye. This one is described as another battle gate of just regular enemies that can be defeated pretty easily. This is a good battle gate for
Back off.
level grinding and
Back off.
farming.
Back off.
That's good to know.
Take this. Back off.
Oopsie daisy.
Back off.
Are you ready?
So?
Yeah.
Will ensure you don't know.
Strike.
1, 2. Kick.
Yeah.
Engage.
Yeah. Got him. Yeah.
I got the achievement Whoop for defeating 5,000 enemies.
Back at you. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, who is it? Where'd they go?
Time for some magic!
Kick. Engaging.
Yeah.
There you are. Huh. Give me a moment. I need to press some buttons. That's good. That is not needed. Okay, I press buttons. Now, back to this. Blizzard Cufflink, a slight boost. It's like you're playing DBD again. No, people actually feel good about this game and have fun with it occasionally. Secret Report 12.
Come on, fellas.
Yeah.
I forgot to eat food. There's also more to do here than just press left click. Oof! Ryuzaki going for DBD's jugular. Alright, the last two battle gates are in the Keyblade Graveyard, one of which is normal, the other which is Super Boss, which might work fine, might not. The Badlands.
Come on, fellas!
Don't sound too giddy and joyous about the end of the world. There's two portals here. But this one is to the final world. This is what I'm looking at. Would have been really funny if Rage Awakened had kicked in and it was just like, Lingering Will, reprise!
Back off! Yeah! Take this!
We loaded in and we're playing as Terra Xehanort.
Yeah! It's over! There! Yeah! Yeah! So long! Yeah! Go! Yeah! Back at you! Yeah! Go! I know what to do! Yeah!
Is it kill the enemy? Because that's what I'm doing.
There!
Oh, bangity bang bang!
The Keyblade Graveyard.
God, that sounded like it hurt your throat. So the last one is in the other direction to the north. And it is the Dark Inferno base game Super Boss. Now, while it isn't particularly impressive, it might kill me because I'm level 62 and I haven't done any prep. But I think the fun thing to do is give it a go. Equipment-wise, we probably have better than the Hero's Belt. Cosmic Belt Plus, perhaps? Royal Ribbon seems a no-brainer. A lot of these have siphon abilities. Are there any other? Most of the abilities you get from these are just element-based. AP-wise, we've got 47 more than we need. But I also might have abilities I haven't equipped. No, just attractions. So that means once again, I don't need the Master's Ring. So we can put the Flaniversary amulet on back on. Flaniversary badge back on. And then we have quite a lot of magic power. We don't need any Keyblade that isn't the ultimate weapon. Arguably, we could, instead of eating for EXP, we could eat for stats, but I just ate the thing, so I don't really want to replace it. Oh, we got Terra. Terra's picture. Anyway, we'll give this guy a go, but if I can't do him now, I'll just go back to him after I grind to 99, and then he will eat shit. But there is the last secret report behind him, and I would like to read the secret reports, so if we don't beat him, then I will read all but the last one for now. And if we do, then we'll read them all. Sora must face this challenge alone. Dark Inferno.
Yeah. 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 Ha-ha. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Throw the shot while he was standing still.
Back off! Back off! Back off! Back off! Back off! Heal! Try this!
Yeah, this is not the real super boss, that's what I mean. Even just getting to level 99 in this base game is enough to make him a joke. He was a joke before Remind. But... come on. Damn it!
Got him! Yeah! Go! It's over! Yeah! Back off! Back off! There!
Oh, whoops.
It's over!
I did the finish. Nowhere near it.
Back off! Yeah! Back off! Yeah! 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 Heal!
There we go.
Yeah! Yeah! Back off! Take this!
Oh, I didn't mean to go rage form. God damn it, I was trying to avoid that one. I was trying to go ultimate form. I think I did, and then pressed triangle one too many times. Don't want to use risk charge. Ow. What I want is for the form to time out. And I can heal. Time out, time out, time out, time out. Thank you. Better. Not gonna let me do the shot lock, are you? Ooh, nice. I don't know, that hit him.
Yeah!
It was all around me, unfortunately, and he was too far away.
Yeah! 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 Back off! Back at ya! Yeah! Got him! There! Back off! Back off! Back off! Back off! Heal! Back at ya! Yeah! Yeah! Go!
Know thine enemy. Complete the adversaries section of the Gummy Phone. Now, that... what you gotta remember is that the Remind DLC took a year to come out. The Remind DLC not only adds the real super bosses, the data fights and all of that, it also added critical mode. Didn't exist in the base game. For a year. And it added the pro code system, which gives you a bunch of customizable difficulty increaser options. A lot of people were disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3 on launch. Now, it is somewhat unfair of a comparison, because Kingdom Hearts 2's data fights were themselves re-release content. They weren't in Kingdom Hearts 2 at launch. And hell, Western audiences didn't have them at all until the HD collections 10 years later. So to say, oh, it's such a step down from Kingdom Hearts 3 at its day one is such a step down from Kingdom Hearts 2 at its day complete is a bit rich. However, Kingdom Hearts 2 did have Sephiroth, base game. Did have a lot of stuff in it, even without all the extra stuff, so... But this is meant to be Kingdom Hearts 3's Sephiroth, and it is not. Like, I was prepared to find that too challenging at level 62 with no preparation. But evidently it isn't. If I didn't have Ultimate Weapon, maybe. But Ultimate Weapon wasn't that hard to get, so... We get the finger smack selfie pose. Rip Sephiroth. Ripperoth, yeah.
Gosh, so much has happened here. How's this? Goofy enough for you?
Going to the save point. But yeah, we now have the entire suite of secret reports to read, which is the last bit of story we can really get out of the base game before going to Remind. We're not ready for Remind yet, though. I still want to do synthesis stuff and level 99. We got this Crystal Regalia, 5/5 MP Hastegar. I don't think it's as good, because we already have one with MP Hastegar and another ability. But look at all those Mickey symbols. The only thing we need to complete now in the Gummy Phone is synthesis. Now, admittedly, this is a long and boring grind, but... yeah, it's the only thing left, because the photo album does not have a completion metric attached. It's great when we get the AP to drop the Cosmic Ring. That's true. We also, yeah, grinding AP boosts is a thing I want to do before Remind. That's a good point. Dark Inferno. These dastardly dual-wielders are like blenders on roller skates, except worse. You can try to keep your distance, but they'll soon close in on you, or just huck a fireball your way. Be careful attacking when their blades are crossed. That means they're ready to counter. Stay cool, bide your time, and then strike when they drop their guard. And the last two nobodies, the Berserker. Is the nobody swinging the hammer, or is the hammer swinging the nobody? Reading its attacks can be tricky, but each blow hits like a truck. Did they really put truck in Berserker? What dude in their late 30s to early 40s did that? It's a reference to something. Just Google "My love for you is like a truck berserker." Anyway. Magic and elemental attacks won't work well against these confounding casters. Know what will? Keyblade to the face. Watch out when the cubes they've conjured change color. That means pain's incoming. But then, when are ethereal objects glowing red a good sign? Alright. I think these don't state who their authors are, but the authors can be deduced. No, they do state who the authors are, okay. Except for a couple of them. But the wiki reckons that they know who wrote them. That's good. Oh, the enemy descriptions are a lot of fun. You should look at those. Recollections. Secret Report 1. Am I alive? I awoke in a cell, alone until the researchers came with their tests and their prodding to uncover my identity. I had no answer to offer them. 4 friends and a key. That is the sum total of my memory. I could not even recall my name. I was simply called X there. My only solace was the time I spent talking with the 2 boys who would visit from time to time. This is the girl, often spoken of towards the end of the game by Axel and Syx. When they were Lee and Issa, this is the girl, or Isa. This is the girl. We don't know the full identity of this girl. It's not Naminé. It's not Kairi. It's not... It's someone who was adultish, or at least late teens, back in the pre-Birth by Sleep days, right? Or during the Birth by Sleep days. It's somebody who was a research subject of the Radiant Garden apprentices, I think. But 4 friends and a key is an interesting line, and people theorized whether it's one of the female characters from Union Key mobile game. There's a character called Skuld, I believe, who is not been seen outside of the mobile game yet. But one of the gang of dandelions that's along with the protagonist and Ephemer. One of the main kid characters of the mobile game, right? She could be this girl, as the dandelions were, like, captured and flung forward through time to escape the apocalypse, basically. It's why Ventus is here now, and Marluxia and Larxene. Some also reckon it might be Ava the Foreteller, who I think is too old, but she is sort of young-seeming and younger than the other Foretellers, and she's missing. Like, you saw the Foreteller epilogue with Sigbar, Ava's not there. So people theorize this Subject X or mysterious girl as Skuld or Ava. The only other girl from that era, I suppose, would be Strelitzia, Marluxia's sister, but I believe she dies, and I think folks are pretty sure it's not her. We think, but it's hard to make sense of mobile game stuff. Right now, we don't know who she is. She's Subject X. One day a man came to take me from the prison. I could not see him for the darkness, save that he wore an eye patch. Even now, years on, I feel no closer to understanding who or what I am. May my heart be my guiding key. So that half of the secret report is why I don't think it's Ava. Because Ava knows who Lushu is. And there's only one character who has an eye patch in all of Kingdom Hearts, if you don't count Cat Nook. Does he even have an eye patch? Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't really matter if she has no memory. That's true. But you would perhaps think that her memory would be triggered by the appearance of someone from the past. I prefer the Skald theory to the Ava theory is my main point, but could be here. Unknown. That's true, yes. 4 friends and a key. Ava is one of the 5 foretellers. Skald is... Who's the 5th? Because you could... It's the player character, Ephemer, Skald, another character called Brain. Yes, his name is Brain. He wears a cool hat. And there's another one? I don't know. Should we move on to the second one? The second ones or the next ones are more a player would be the +1 like Lushu. I only remember Ephemer, Skald, and Brain. I don't know. Oh, Ventus, of course, Ventus. Ventus counts for that group. Anyway. Lorian, right. But not Elrena, who is still a bitch even when she was human. Not evil, just not very nice. Secret Report 2, Mark of Mastery Journal. This one is written by Xehanort. Some days have passed since I set off on my journey to prepare for the Mark of Mastery examination. Ericus asked for leave to undertake the same pilgrimage, but apparently I am to be first to tour the worlds written of in the old fairy tales. Until a short few years ago, I'd known only my own world, a speck of land surrounded by sea. But how I'd dreamed of, yearned for the world beyond, and granted guidance from the future, I left that nest behind. As I treaded the path to my master's side, I came in contact with darkness in many forms. I knew even then, as by instinct, terrifying as its power was, it could be harnessed, mastered. Ericus is a blue blood, descended from the very first masters of the age of fairy tales. But I did not come this far to indulge in adulation. I will be his peer, his equal. And to do that I must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. So that's a younger Xehanort, past his young Xehanort years, but not the master by any means. Though he would go on to become such. It's probably safest to describe as the Dark Road era Xehanort, perhaps. And I did take a look. Yeah, Dark Road. Going by the wiki, it shows Xehanort and Ericus training to become a Keyblade Master under an older Jedi Order equivalent. Not as old as the one from the other mobile game, but older than the one we see in Birth by Sleep, where Ericus and Xehanort are the surviving masters. They are in Scala ad Caelum, not in Land of Departure. And weirdly, in Dark Road, a lot of the characters, a lot of the original characters, their names come from like Norse mythology. The Keyblade Master who teaches Ericus and Xehanort is Odin. And he's an old man with a big white beard. And a wizard's hat. So they're just doing Odin. And I believe you have a small party of characters. I think it's like a turn-based battle thing. So you play as Xehanort, Ericus, and their friends. Now listen very carefully to their friends' names. And see if you can guess which one's secretly Lushu. Xehanort, Ericus, and their friends Hermod, Erd, Bragi, and Vor. That's V-O-R, not V-O-R-E. V-O-R-E is not something you want to do. Don't search for Kingdom Hearts V-O-R-E. That's a bad idea. But V-O-R is the name of that last friend. Can you guess which one of them's Lushu? Clearly it's Vor! But it's really, like, I think it's really clever because they do the Norse mythology thing for these character names. And Bragi is a Norse mythology name. But it's also Braig! Anyway. Secret Report 3. This one is also Xehanort, but this is Xehanort as Terra Xehanort, amnesiac, I think, and working as Ansem the Wise's apprentice. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 1. Subject was found in the central square shortly after dawn. Female, approximately 15 years old. After 7 days' observation, she spoke her first words, but could not provide a name. Subject exhibits signs of profound amnesia, and displays concern about which world this is. Her words suggest that she departed her homeworld with others, though she cannot recall the names of her erstwhile companions. All efforts to explore those memories have met with a rejection response. After his initial experiments on me, Ansem the Wise ceased his research into the heart, his hand stayed by some fear I cannot fathom. Yet this new subject is like me, devoid of memories. She is the perfect sample upon which to continue my master's work. She too could benefit from it. By traversing the heart, we have a direct path into memory. I myself have begun to reclaim my lost past thanks to these very experiments. Who is she? Whence has she come? These are questions no scientist could ignore. And the words she muttered, may your heart be your guiding key. Isn't Bragi a smart character? Looking it up, yeah, Bragi is basically a sage of sorts. You'd argue that's very different from Braig. Would you? I mean, yeah, Xigbar's more taking the Loki route, but I don't think it's any more complicated than the letters of the name here. This one is also labeled Xehanort, and it is in the same... It's a follow-on from number 3. So I'll just go straight to it, and then we'll talk about them afterwards. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X, Excerpt 2. Subject's memories have not returned, and our conversations remain less than lucid. What fragments can be gleaned evoke a bygone world, like one out of fairy tales. As improbable as it seems, the question may not be where she has come from, but when. If she truly has crossed through time, the prospect of probing her heart is all the more compelling. My pilot studies used a handful of subjects, but none possessed the fortitude to endure them. Ultimately, all suffered mental collapse. I knew it would be a heavy blow to lose a subject as unique as she. Upon discovering the tests I'd been conducting, my master demanded that I cease work immediately and destroy what research I have compiled. Worse still, he ordered the release of my remaining subjects. She is gone. Where is Subject X now? Has wise Master Ansem hidden her away? Whatever the case, I will not be deterred. I will take her place as the first subject in the grand experiment to come. Xehanort. Doesn't Luxu have the Book of Prophecies? I mean, Luxu's job is to make sure the Keyblade sees everything so that the book can happen. I don't know that he's given the book to secure the making of the book. But yeah, so I really like these two because it's a form of Xehanort we really don't see very much. And by that I mean the scientist Xehanort, who doesn't know anything about Keyblades, and is just using his instincts to explore the truths of the universe until it goes too far and he splits himself in half and we get Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. We see a lot of Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, who is the closest to this guy because they have the same voice actor and basically the same appearance. But the weirdness of it is it's the Xehanort is most innocent almost because he has no memories, and he hasn't done anything wrong at first until he starts to do wrong things. And it's a version of him that we mostly just hear about and see the aftermath of. Because when we look at the Terra Xehanort that gets yoinked through time and brought into Kingdom Hearts 3, that's a Xehanort who has been informed of what's going on. Which is why he becomes so damn sinister again. We spend very little time on the Xehanort who doesn't know stuff. That's my point. His Xigbar Break persona is very headstrong, but not Luxu. Just about everything he does as Xigbar and Braig is quite calculated, I think. Even down to getting his face mangled, I don't doubt. This one got a new speaker now. Memoirs. Excerpt 1. That castle was a wonderland to us children. Within its walls, Ansem the Wise conducted his research, and the fruits it bore allowed everyone outside to live in peace and happiness. That alone was enough to stoke our interest, though not all of the rumors that escaped its walls were so benevolent. By night, the muffled sounds of human wails emerged. There was talk of dangerous human experimentation. Lee and I couldn't help but hatch a plot to steal inside and sate our curiosity. The two who stood guard at the gates were researchers themselves, though you wouldn't think it to see them, massive and barrel-chested as they were. And slipping past that duo was only the first hurdle. It proved one not easily cleared. We were found and tossed out on our ears time and again. On the day we finally secured our entry, we descended the long spiral stair at the heart of the castle to find a dark space below it, lined with cages. There wasn't light enough to see if they were inhabited, and we were in no position to call out to any occupants within. Yet we could feel it. A definite presence there in the black. Terror washed over us, and we immediately regretted coming. But just as we turned to flee, we heard the faintest of voices. The urge to run was nigh overpowering, but someone or something beckoned us on. There, framed by a tenuous sliver of light, we found her. Saïx. Notably, Saïx, not Isa. This is him talking about his past. Long ago. After he's joined the organization. He didn't write this when he was a kid. So Braig released our unknown girl before Xehanort could potentially break her completely. Something he likely knew was a risk. Yeah, the story of the girl is interesting because obviously it's never come up before now, which implies that it's a recent invention of Nomura's, but it slots in pretty well. The only thing that is weird is that Saïx and Axel never talk about it before, when it clearly means a lot to them. But since it's from an era that we see very little of, it is easy to slot some extra lore into it. I do like the reference to how Lexaeus and Zaldin really don't seem like researchers, but are technically researchers. That's funny. And, yeah. You get another one from Saïx, though. Memoirs. Excerpt 2. It was too dim to make out her features. We spoke to her in hushed whispers. Who was she? Why was she imprisoned here? She had no answers for us, had no memories at all. She was an enigma, but I knew I wanted to help her. And so we continued our infiltrations. Most of them stopped short at the castle gates. When we did manage our way inside, we spoke with her. That was all the comfort 2 children like us could offer. But Lee had other ideas. He was determined to free her. We slipped into the castle that day, knowing only that we wanted with all our hearts to save her. But we did not find her inside on that day, or the next, or any of our subsequent visits. Had she been moved? Had we simply imagined her? Lee and I knew there was only one way to be certain, and so we stand before the castle gates today, not as trespassing children, but in order to become Ansem the Wise's newest apprentices. Saïx. Yeah, this one's a bit retconny, because Kingdom Hearts 2 does not make reference to Axel and Saïx being Ansem's apprentices. In fact, I don't think in Kingdom Hearts 2 that Axel and Saïx were tied to Radiant Garden at all. It was in it was in Birth by Sleep that we revealed that. And so that's a bit shoehorny. It's also important to note that Ansem the Wise was also the one with this secret experimentation prison, not Xehanort the Apprentice. And him being shady like this explains why nobody caught it when Xehanort started using the name of Ansem and being openly evil. Yeah, for all that Ansem the Wise is kind of going down in the game's, people like see him as, oh, that's the good Ansem. He really wasn't. Like, he's a guy who wanted to atone and redeem, and they make that clear in this game. But yeah, this is a dude who there's a reason why Vexen is the mad scientist he is. There's a reason why Xehanort, with no memories, felt like he could go the way he did. He went much further than Ansem the Wise. Like, Ansem the Wise had a level, he had a threshold that he wouldn't go past, and his apprentices went past it, but it was because he pushed them to the line that they did. Anyway. Yeah, Ansem the Wise never showed Mickey his experiment, his science prison, that's true. Alright. We have a new voice now for the next 2 reports. On the replica program and reanimation. Following my erasure and my recompletion as a human, I did not awaken right away. Perhaps the damage was exceptionally grave. Two things I want to point out. The first thing is that the nobody is your body. Right? Heartless is your heart, nobody is your body. It's the wrong way around, but like when a human being is split like that, their physical form is represented by the nobody. That's point one. Point number two. Y'all remember how Vexen died? I'm not sure how he did come back. Like, yeah, okay, so the nobodies fade to nothing when they're defeated, which is a bit strange. The body fades to nothing. It kind of shouldn't. So they do. There is some form of like decomposition and reconstitution going on. But Vexen got fucking Khaleesi'd. Like Axel torched that guy. Look up Chain of Memories Vexen's death. Axel literally goes, goodbye, snaps his fingers, and Vexen explodes into fire.
Perhaps the damage was exceptionally grave. Fucking Axel. Even after waking, I remained in bed, pondering my next course of action. In my work on the replica program for the organization, I produced some 20 vessels. Most of the early results were failures, not one of them granted a number. The first success to emerge from that early lot was the Riku replica. Subsequently, Shion, number I, was essentially indistinguishable from a natural human, though she became unstable due to the influence of others. Using those two as my foundation, I worked to construct a number of nigh-perfect replicas, but just as they neared completion, my efforts were cut short. Fuck you, Axel. I suspect Xehanort aims to use both the initial lot as well as the unused replicas from my later work. I arose today and decided to walk out to the square, my first outing in some time. Yet my stroll was interrupted when a surprising visitor appeared with an unexpected offer. Though younger than me, he'd risen to become Xemnas' right hand. I accepted his terms and became a nobody once more. Easier to gain access to the old replica program that way. Whatever it takes to atone. Vexen. The real organization. Xehanort seeks to gather 12 vessels, which, together with his true, actual self, he considers the real Organization 13. Now that he has the numbers he needs, Demyx and I are being treated as reserves. Several others who served Xemnas in the old organization have followed the same course as mine, electing to abandon their newly restored humanity and rejoin the real organization as nobodies. But not Xemnas. Xemnas cannot exist in the present because there is already a Xehanort here, the old man in charge. The old man's humanity prevents his heartless and nobody, others vanquished in the past, and his younger self from being denizens of this time.
The Xehanort recompletion is an interesting thing. Because he seems to recomplete into Master Xehanort and not Terra Xehanort. I'm not sure how that untangles.
To circumvent this, Xehanort is using the prototype replicas I created in the past as containers, plucking his other selves' hearts from the time they existed. Xehanort ordered me to refine the prototypes, to make them closer still to the real thing. Perfecting my creations so they may house true flesh-and-blood humans suits my own purposes as well. All that remains for my atonement is to devise a way to pass on as many of the vessels as I can to those who truly deserve them.
You want to stay a human, or do you want your superpowers back? New voice for this one. Ansem Code Conspectus, Excerpt 1. I have pored over the data my master entrusted to Riku. Here I offer my preliminary conclusions. Within Sora's heart are 3 compartmentalized boxes, each containing the heart of another. One box holds Roxas. Another holds a second heart that has been with Sora nearly as long.
The third has held its heart for much longer. These hearts have melded with Sora's and no longer have voices of their own. Any attempt to mechanically extract them could prove as dire for Sora as what caused him to become a Heartless in the first place. First, a vessel for each heart must be readied. Then a spark of some sort is required to induce its waking. Obviously, the ideal solution is to restore each heart to its own body, but whatever the case for the two unknown individuals, Roxas possesses no such thing. The same is true for Namine, who we believe resides in Kairi's heart. Still, if alternate bodies can be secured for them, all their hearts require to be awakened is that spark. People they cared for and who cared for them, who can show them the way home. Complete and perfect digitalization of the heart is impossible. We can only hope to partially reconstruct it. Thus, I see no way forward but to extract the hearts we so desperately need directly from within Sora. Fortunately, the data stored in Twilight Town contains a near-perfect record of the memories of those who lived there. And for Roxas and Namine especially, this is crucial. Ienzo.
Didn't Vexen only manage to pass on one? Yeah, technically Vexen gave the Roxas vessel to Ienzo. The Namine one, Riku grabbed for himself. Interestingly, Xigbar recompleted as Braig, then went back to Xigbar instead of going back to his original Lusu body. Yeah, there's a brief scene of Xigbar as Braig with young Xehanort. That's the scene where they pick up Aiza's body, actually, and take him off to go be Saïx again. One thing that I think about is Xigbar even a nobody, technically? Is there a situation in which Lushu fakes it? Is there a situation in which... Because again, we're not sure whether Lushu is a possessor or a shapeshifter. Maybe the answer is somewhere just still to come, but... These 3 secret reports here are written by Lushu, so let's talk about that after we read them. Handsome Code Conspectus, Excerpt 2. As for how to contain their hearts, the only conceivable option is the replicas. If we transfer in the digital memories from the Twilight Town archive, the replicas should be able to reconstruct each individual's human appearance with near-perfect results. Then their hearts need only the right spark to wake them, so they may find their way out of Sora and Kairi and into those newly made bodies. The replica program was truly revolutionary, but it was incomplete at the time of the old organization's dissolution. Without Evan, how are we to further the research? We need at least 3 replicas, one for Roxas, one for Namine, and one for the unknown stowaway within Sora's heart. That's interesting, because the previous report suggests 2 unknowns, because he doesn't know about Ventus. He's right, they don't need one for Ventus, but, Now, Xion is an interesting case, because she gets... Yeah, like, that's it. When we say, hey, Vexen only managed to provide 1 replica, you could say that he's responsible for Xion getting her body. She got hers through the bad guys. It's just that, you know, all they had to do for her was remind her to be a good person again. Yeah, but, like, all of a sudden he's talking about 1 unknown instead of 2. Anyway. These are difficult quandaries, but as I work through my master's data, I find myself remembering the taste of ice cream. When I was a boy, he would bring me some when we took walks together. There will be time to regret my betrayal later. For now, my focus must be on restoring Roxas and Namine, and proving my master had good intentions. And here we have the Lushu ones. I'm gonna use Xigbar's voice for it just because I know that voice a lot better than the back cover one. Though this one is probably written before he gets there. I don't know. Well, I'll still do it.
Observations, Excerpt 1. I have seen it through. The Keyblade War unfolded exactly as written on the lost page. Now the Keyblade the Master entrusted to me must be bequeathed to another. 5 Union leaders have been chosen from the surviving Dandelions. I will pass the Keyblade to one of them, and then continue watching the future unfold.
Yeah, so this is very early.
Yet it seems that someone has pulled the old switcheroo. One of the 5 is an imposter, someone the Master did not choose. They represent a virus in the program he so carefully wrote. The virus has begun a strange undertaking. A reckless plot to allow the 5 to escape into another world line. Surely such a thing can't be possible. We're talking about the same trick that allowed the Dandelions to transfer to other world lines after the Keyblade War. But these children are no masters. They haven't the means. Unless, of course, a certain lady of magic summoned here from the future knows more than I do.
Maleficent, I think?
The whole Union leader thing was supposed to be by the books. Are these new events just another phase in the Master's grand plan? Observations, Excerpt 2. Even on a world line with no Keyblade War, peace is but a dream. In the absence of us and our Master, a darkness arrived. One that shall surely lead the world to yet another demise. Amidst the chaos, I bequeathed my Keyblade to one of the Union leaders, just as the Master instructed. I watched as the 5 were sent to another world line, at no small cost, ensuring the lines of Keyblade wielders will live on. And now, Keybladeless, I must depart this land to fulfill my final task. This means casting my own body aside, and sojourning my heart in vessel after vessel, as many as it takes. But I will continue gazing upon each passing era, one unto the next. In time, be it years or decades, centuries or millennia, I will meet the 5 once more. Somewhere in this cyclical history of bequeathings, the chosen one will appear and reenact the Keyblade War. When this scapegoat arrives and takes my Keyblade in hand, that will be the time to take the stage and finish my role. The lost masters will awaken.
Xehanort died not knowing he was a stooge.
Observations, Excerpt 3. It seems this body, this name, will be my last. The lives I have lived over the ages could fill volumes, but for now, I must focus on what matters most. Keyblade has been successfully passed down generation to generation. It seems a Keyblade master devoted to the darkness may finally arise. Until now, I've watched over the course of events from a distance. Perhaps the time has come to intervene. I need only play the role of a fool, desirous of the Keyblade's power. I will don the mask of his ally, in order to keep watch over my Keyblade from close by. A gazing eye. A Keyblade forged from the eye of the Master of Masters. He passed it to me, as I have to others, and through it he can see the future, all that will ever come to pass. Spanning the ages, and body after body, life after life. My task has been to keep vigil over the eye as it passes from hand to hand. It has been a long time. Longer than I can express. But now at last the Keyblade War has begun, and Kingdom Hearts will open. A true and complete Kingdom Hearts, born of the clash between darkness and light. I will soon be reunited with my old companions. And in that moment, my long vigil will reach its end. He will return. So that tells you a bit about what his intentions were. And it does suggest, the usage of the term vessel does suggest possession rather than shapeshifting, which perhaps in that case the Braig body does follow the nobody path, one-to-one. Or perhaps it doesn't, perhaps he has some control over it. But yeah, to play the role of a fool desirous of the Keyblade. That said, while he speaks in a very down-to-earth manner in these writings, the way he acts in that epilogue cutscene, like he even says as if, like he says the Xigbar surfer dude catchphrase. I think there is a degree of becoming the mask. Not in terms of his self-control, but in terms of speech mannerisms. Basically the fun parts of Xigbar, the parts that make him a captivating and compelling person in scenes, which I don't think Nomura would want to strip him of. I'm not fully certain. It would be curious to see whether the body of Xigbar Braig has a person in it who is not Lucio, who's been... They might go that route. They might have us free some poor bastard who's lost his life to an old one. Or they might just never point at it. The darkness that appeared in front of the Five is involved in the death of Strelitzia, Lauriam's sister. Yeah, I'm not sure if or whether or how, if I do, to like... Because on one hand, we're going to miss a chunk no matter what, because we're missing Melody of Memory, which is another chunk of story, right? It's not a huge chunk of story, but it is a chunk of story. It might well be that the best thing to do is to shrug my shoulders, leave it where it is with what we have, and wait until either we get a Steam release of Melody, or 5 years from now or whatever, Kingdom Hearts 4 appears. Because I would stream that. Might even stream my first run through. Who knows? Well. Can we get a Ventus one to go with the Terra and Aqua we have here? No, that's Riku. No, that's Xion. It's cool that we have Xion there, though. No, that's Axel. No, that's Riku. No, that's Sora. No, that's Xion again. No, that's Aqua. Okay, so the awkward thing here is I don't know if that's Ven or Roxas. It's one of them. Looks like Roxas. Damn it! It's close enough. You wouldn't be able to pick him out of a police lineup. It's fine. Hey guys, do you reckon I saved the game? Pretty sure I did. Alright. Tuesday, we will come back to that and I will do synthesis grinding. Look, I'm probably going to want to craft one of everything just to finish the gummy phone thing, right? But getting to level 99 and synthesizing a bunch of AP boosts are the other
key things, and also possibly the easy code merits. We should do a run of those. So yeah, we got more story stuff. I know, Demon Dragon, you mentioned that you will miss the start of Tuesday's stream. I will not wait for you because we will not be doing any story. If we were going to do the Riemann story, I would be mindful of that. But yeah, where we are now, we should be fine. Weekend though, I think we have one more weekend of double Roots. So because we finished the Marvel Rivals goal, and next week onwards we're only going to get Roots one day of the weekend, I think we'll just play Peak twice. Because I still have 2 more achievements to get. And also, it's a pretty cool biome that I'd like to spend more time on, and this is the one shot we have to get 2 days in a row of it. So probably undo Peak twice in the weekend. That's true. I might not need a bunch of AP boosts. You're right. Well, we'll focus on the synthesis materials first. Then, if we're not level 99, then we'll get level 99. And then, if we're not safe on AP, then we'll get AP. That is the order, because that prevents redundancies. Fare thee well.